everyone, welcome back to ErikaBuilds and another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are in the world of Willow Creek working on a 40 by 30 lot called Garden Essence. And as you can see, I just demolished the Maxis house that is originally in this lot. And if you watched my last video, you might remember that I mentioned that I'd been having some trouble just with various aspects of building and some strange things that were, I don't know, just not normally things that I would have, problems that I would usually have. And so what I ended up doing was just removing all my save files from my game and just starting a brand new save. So it seemed to have helped. And so I'm wondering if maybe I have a save file that's like corrupt or something. I don't know. I'm not a computer whiz, but this definitely seemed to have helped the problem. Because even though I was using a save file that really didn't have much data on it at all, and it didn't have, you know, like big households or lots of Sims or anything that would be bogging it down. But I don't know if maybe it was because one of my other save files had something wrong with it. I don't really know what the problem was. But anyway, I just took out all my saves and I just started up the game fresh, and I just felt like everything was a lot smoother. And so yeah, hopefully that solved the problem. Here you see I'm working on a big ranch style home that is based off of a photo of a real house that I found online, which I'm showing you that picture now. I found this picture on Instagram, and I was really drawn to the roof, to be honest. I just really liked the shape of the roof and how it used a lot of different like gabled roof and hip roofed, all kind hipped roof, if I can speak, all blended together in sort of this very unique way. And unfortunately, I didn't have like a bird's eye view of the house to really get the complete, you know, sort of look of the roof. But this did have like a front, back, and side photo, which really helped a lot with recreating this roof design. And I really, really love how it turned out. I've mentioned before in other videos that I am really I'm always up for a challenge when it comes to roofing, and houses that have interesting roof lines, especially if it looks like something that would be really difficult to do, is really fun for me. I think just because, you know, when you build a lot for many years, it can be hard sometimes to get excited about building unless we have a new pack, you know, with like a lot of new decor, especially if we have new exterior, you know, wallpapers or windows or something like that. That's really exciting as a builder, but also just challenging myself when I see a house that's just kind of unusual. And this particular house, I spent really a long time just studying the picture, trying to figure out what the heck was going on with this roof, because I really loved the way it looked, but I didn't really know how I was going to do it. And so as you can see, I spent a lot of time just adding all different kinds of roof pieces and swapping them out and trying to get this design. And like I said, there were pictures of the house from the side, which was a huge, huge help, because the way this roof is laid out, you can see that there are all these different hips that kind of fit together perfectly. And they really have to be perfect in order for it to look right. even as I'm looking down at the house from overhead, I'm constantly checking to find, little valleys and dips where I know that's not going to work. Because obviously, I don't want to put a swimming pool on top of the house with like a huge, gap or valley in the roof line. That's probably one of the most challenging things, is that, you've got to make it all blend together. And so really the payoff was worth it in the end, because even though it took quite a long time, I really just had a lot of fun with it. And it was really, it's one of those things where it takes a lot of time, but you don't realize how much time has gone by. And so that's when you know that it's a fun project. So these little roof pieces that you're seeing me add are from Get Together. And I have people ask me about these all the time on Instagram because I use them quite often. And if you are not thinking that you have them in your game, you definitely do if you have Get Together. So if you have Windenburg, then you definitely have those roof decor pieces. You may just have never noticed that you had them. But yeah, they're really cool. And I mix them with quite a few different wallpapers here on the front. There's a stone and cedar siding wallpaper from Seasons with a coordinating stone pattern, mixed with a dark sort of black, almost, like a dark charcoal gray brick. And then all the windows and the trim work are done in white. And of course, this whole color scheme came from the reference photo. The house in the reference photo wasn't quite this dark. But in this particular swatch of stone and siding wallpaper from Seasons, we don't have a light gray option. There's only a bunch of different brown ones. There's like light brown and dark brown and a million different shades of brown, but only this dark gray. There's no light gray. So it had to be a little bit darker than the reference photo, but I still like how it turned out. I started out here just kind of not really having much elevation as far as like in the foundation. I just had it up one click, but then later I ended up moving it up just a little bit higher because I wanted to have some steps up to the front porch. I will apologize if my voice sounds kind of low because I was sick all last week, and that's one reason why I wasn't able to do this voiceover, because I didn't really have a voice. I don't know. I had some kind of weird flu that was like a stomach flu, and I had a fever, and I just felt miserable, and I was in bed for like 4 or 5 days, which is very, very unlike me because I never get sick. Well, not like sick enough to have to take my bed. So yeah, that's why I've been kind of MIA. And now with all the stuff that's going on, with coronavirus and all that, the kids are out of school and they're home, which is very unusual. And I've lost all my quiet time, but that's okay. I'm glad they're here. And so, yeah, that's why I haven't had a video up in over a week. But I'm sure you guys are all having very crazy things going on in your life right now as well. I think everybody is. And hopefully all of you are well and can stay that way. Everybody wash your hands a lot and rest and stay away from crowds and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so here I had just finished pretty much almost the whole exterior when I started to realize that I really hate this lot. This is the thing about Willow Creek. I love the lighting. I've mentioned that a million times. But this particular lot has these really ugly, like, not scaffolding. What are those things called? Like cranes in the background. So there, as you can see, after I finished the outside, I ended up moving this house to Windenburg because I knew for the screenshots, I was going to have all those ugly, cranes in the background. And I guess I wasn't thinking at the time when I first started building it. So I moved it over to Windenburg so we'd have a nice picturesque background and you guys won't have to look at cranes in the screenshots. But anyway, this house, like I said before, is just a one-story ranch with a very high-pitched roof, which is kind of similar to the house that I built last week, which was also a ranch. Well, that was a ranch, but it also had an upstairs bonus room. This house does not have any upstairs at all. Everything is just on this one level, but it is quite large. It's a very wide house, and the rooms are really big. It's kind of set up like the main great room, living room, dining room is all very open in the central part of the house. And then there's a master bedroom over on the left side, which is like the garage side of the house. And then 2 kids' bedrooms over on the other side of the house. So yeah, kind of your typical ranch type layout. I had like a visual image for this house that was kind of loosely based on a lot of pictures that I'd been seeing on Instagram lately of these really pretty houses that have what I call, and I'm just making up this term, I don't know if it's a real term, but I call it like a rustic monotone. So it's a lot of black and white and gray, but it still has a very rustic sort of feel to it. So that was kind of what I was going for with this interior. So these white kitchen cabinets are from the Vampire pack, and I use them a lot when I do classic builds and rustic builds too, because I just think they're very traditional. And then I mixed those with a dining set and chairs from Cats and Dogs. So again, kind of rustic family home sort of vibe. But I think the monotone color scheme definitely gives the house almost like a slightly modern sort of flair. So I really like that about the style, because for me, like, I really like modern color schemes like black and white, but I really like rustic and country style homes. So this kind of blends that a little bit together, where you have some sort of modern vibes to the house, but it's still more like a, traditional family type home. Here, I don't know what I was trying to do. I thought I was going to make this like triangular shaped island, and then I was going to put the sink, and then I was like, no, duh, of course that's not going to work, because those corners of the bar are going to cut into the sink basin. Like, I don't know. I was recovering from the flu, so what can I say? I don't know what I was doing, but I took that out and I just made like a kind of an L-shaped island, which worked much better with a nice pot rack over the top of it, which this is, like I said before, very sort of, it's a traditional family home type feel, but it does have these sort of like rustic elements to it, which I really like. And the floors are from Jungle Adventure. Back to what I was saying before about the pictures that I'd seen on Instagram. So a lot of the pictures that I've been seeing have a lot of very rough cut wood that's in gray. A lot of times for the floors and also for the cabinetry and stuff as well. And I really, really love how that looks. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any cabinets like that in the game, but the floors definitely gave me that sort of vibe. And so that's why I picked those, and then I mixed them with the black and white. So again, I'm going for that sort of monotone, rustic look for the kitchen. And for the decor, it's all pretty much just my regular standard type kitchen decor. It's nice that there's a really big bar, so there's lots of room here for dining right at the bar, right in the kitchen. And then there's also a full-size dining room set over there in sort of like a little what would you call it? Like a sunroom almost, because it's like a lot of windows over there. So you have the option of eating in either place. And then I put a bar over there as well with some more bar stools. So yeah, plenty of seating. This would be a great house for entertaining and having like events and parties and holidays and stuff, because it just has tons of open space here in this main living area. And over here in the living room, there is a fireplace that is from Parenthood. And for the furniture, again, I stuck with that rustic sort of monotone feel. So I ended up picking some couches and tables from Jungle Adventure. There's quite a bit of jungle adventure in this room mixed with cats and dogs. So I did the jungle adventure couch and love seat, and then I tucked some cats and dogs chairs over in the corner. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. I don't know why this fireplace looks so yellow against this wall, like the brick, because I pulled it out away from the wall several times and it was definitely white. The bricks are white, but for some reason in that lighting, it just looked really yellow. Even after I changed the lighting to white, it was still strange. So I don't know. It might have been something reflecting through the windows. I don't know, that was causing that sort of like weird color. But yeah, so the carpets are also in a lot of gray and black and white. Really, this entire room is very matchy with all these different different packs, but all in the same sort of, colors. So it definitely gives it more of like a uniform sort of feel. And I just added like a sofa table and some decor over here. And right there by the front door where I ended up putting those chairs, I actually had thought about putting a piano there because it was really the perfect place for it. But then I remembered that I had put grand pianos in several houses like last month. I think 3 or 4 houses in a row I had put grand pianos, and I was like, why am I always doing that? I always say that's because I wish I had a grand piano, so I'm always putting those. So if you did want a grand piano, you could just pop those 2 chairs out right there by those front windows, and you could put one in there. I think it would look really nice. Yeah, so this little what's the word I'm looking for? Carpet rug in front of the front door is new. That's the one that I've been talking about lately quite often. It's from Tiny Living. It's one of my new favorite pieces to work with from that pack. And I just kind of did the standard front door greeting with like coats and backpacks and umbrellas and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry that my voice is like already starting to fade out. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this entire voiceover, but yeah, I'm just going to press on through. So here I was playing around with the floor plan still a little bit because I really wanted to get a bookcase in here. I don't know. I just feel like a living room really needs a bookcase. I don't know. That's just kind of one of my things. I always put one in the living room, so I had to make a little space a little wider there for that so it would fit. And that is from Discover University. It's actually really nice if you look at it up close. The 2 bottom shelves have these like swinging glass doors, and then the top has the exposed bookshelf, which I really like. Here I'm just changing the lighting. That's one thing about building a black and white interior. I'm constantly changing the color of the lights like every 5 seconds because you really have to, or everything is going to look so yellow that it just looks so strange. So I'm constantly having to go in and adjust those. I apologize for that. And then here, right on the other side of the kitchen is the home office. This is a mixture of cats and dogs, and then another bookcase that I used from the Moschino stuff pack. And so there's quite a lot of black in here. I made it sort of dark. I just wanted the office to kind of have, since the living room area was so bright with the white wallpaper, I just really wanted to make this office more dark and warm and cozy. And I like how it's open to the kitchen, but you could put a door there if you wanted to. It would be really good for like a freelance career or maybe a chef, because with the computer area being so close to the kitchen, that would be really nice too. So yeah, here I'm just adding like some various types of desk decor. I feel kind of out of the loop with The Sims. I think it's just because I was sick and I hadn't really been on social media that much. But you guys had sent me some messages, over the time that I was sick. And so I was reading those, even though I was like too tired to answer. So yes, as far as asking me about, other projects and stuff that I'm working on. Right now, unfortunately, I'm not really working on anything in particular because at the time I thought I was going to try to do like a scheduled sort of thing where I was going to have like, one apartment a week, one house a week or whatever. And now that's all just been thrown out the window because, just trying to get over being sick and all of that. Here you can kind of see the garage. I pulled those two cars out of the debug catalog, and then right off of the garage, in between the garage and the kitchen, is the laundry room. Again, everything in here is black and white and gray, and then of course using the laundry day pack. And there's washer and dryer, laundry tub. I went back later before I uploaded this to the gallery and added quite a lot of clutter in here, like some, I don't even remember everything, but I know I added like a couple different types of buckets and some more laundry detergent and like some spray cleaner and Kleenex and a toilet plunger. And I don't know, I was trying to kind of clutter it up a little bit more. With family houses, I just feel like that makes sense, that you think that, especially when you have kids, that there would be kind of that typical family type clutter. And then in the garage, there's not really a lot in here. The two cars, which of course can't do anything with, those are just for decoration. But I did put a couple of bicycles in here and just some various like garage type decor. I said this in my last video, but I'll say it again. If these garages obviously are not functioning. We don't have garage doors in The Sims that actually raise and lower. But what you could do is you could pop a door in if you want your Sims to be able to actually come in and out through the garage from the outside. You could stick a door there. I mean, aesthetically, it's going to kind of ruin the look of the fake garage doors. But as far as functionality goes, you could add a door there if you want them to be able to come in and out through there. I don't think it's really necessary because they can still access the laundry room through the kitchen because there's doors on both sides. So yeah, that would just be something that you could add if you really wanted to. And as you see there, where I did the terrain paint, because I elevated the terrain up to the lip of the garage so there wouldn't be a bump, I have to use terrain paint. I can't use, like tile or stone or anything because of the elevation. But I tried to blend it in for the same look as the road, because the road in Windenburg actually has that same sort of pattern of like the rounded stones. So I thought that kind of matched well. And then next here, this is the master bedroom. And it's really, really big. I don't know what it is with me and ranch style houses and these ridiculously gigantic bedrooms, but this has happened now 2 weeks in a row. So this bedroom is huge. You could add more things to this bedroom easily. But I filled it up just as best I could with adding things that I thought, would kind of fit. And the color scheme, I definitely wanted to stick with sort of the monotone color palette that I used in the rest of the house. But then I pulled that blue. There's a little bit of blue in the flooring, in this hardwood flooring from Jungle Adventure. And so I thought by using the blue curtains and rug, I could kind of match that to the flooring where it would still look nice, and also it would give the bedroom some color. Because that's one thing about some of my older houses that I've gone back and looked at, especially my modern builds that have a lot of black and white. I kind of regret that I didn't do more colors in the bedrooms. And sometimes I think that's just because, when you're doing interiors, you're trying to go kind of fast and you're kind of in a zone and you're not really thinking. And then afterwards, I think, this house is like way too much black and white. And so I very deliberately tried to add as much color as I could to these bedrooms just so they wouldn't, blend in completely and just get lost with the rest of the house. Yeah, so lots of blue in here in the accents, but still I'm using quite a bit of black and gray as well because I want it, to match the rest of the house. And so since I had such a big space to work with, I decided to give them this little sitting room. And actually looking at the reference photo, it had a sitting room in the master. So I guess that's why the bedroom was so huge. And so this is just kind of a nice little place for like reading or just lounging, I guess. These couches are from my first pet stuff. And I took that little corner table from Get Famous and I put a lamp over the little vase that sits there because I really wanted a light behind that corner, but none of the lamps were really fitting. They either were tucked too far back behind the couch where you couldn't really see it, or it was sticking up like in a way where it was like touching the couch and blending in. And so that's the best thing that I could come up with to still have some light in that corner. Then over here is just another taller chest of drawers with some more decor. And there I am fixing the lights again so it's not yellow. And those bedside lamps are the same as the lamp that I used over the couch, so it matches nice. And then these pictures, I just kind of like them because they had a black frame and they were sort of monotone. I think they're like architectural drawings, so I thought that kind of matched the theme of the room as well. Here I'm just adding some flowers, and there is, as you can see, a sliding door that goes out to the back deck, so you can actually access the deck from the kitchen or from the master bedroom. And then here I was just adding a treadmill because, like I said, the bedroom was gigantic, so I had so much extra space. I decided to put that in to take up some of the extra. And then for the bathroom, I wanted to do some blue in here as well, so it would tie in nicely with the master bedroom, so the bathroom and the bedroom kind of match. And so I used this blue plumbing from the Fitness Stuff pack. I like it because it kind of has a modern look, but it still had the blue color that I really wanted to use. And I like how it has that nice big corner tub because, again, this room is really big, so I had a lot of space to take up. The floor tiles are from Spa Day, which I thought they matched pretty well. I ended up kind of changing the windows. Hello, can I think of the word? Windows around just a little bit because I wanted to have enough room to do this really large circular mirror, which is from Get Famous. I don't use it very often because it's really big and tall. But in this house, since I had the higher ceilings and because this bathroom was so huge, I knew it would fit. And so that, I think, turned out well. And over here, that toilet is also from Fitness Stuff. And then the shelves above it are new. Those are from Tiny Living. So yeah, this bathroom is coming together pretty nicely. I put a hamper in here too for dirty clothes, and it has a shower. So yeah, nice big master bath. You can see there's a little half basketball court in the backyard. I didn't record myself doing the backyard, but it has a pretty big size pool. There's a hot tub and a basketball court and a swing set. So yeah, lots of stuff outside for the kids. So now just these last two bedrooms for the kids. I used quite a bit of stuff from Discover University and from Tiny Living. Mainly because it's new and it's a little more fun, to do kids' rooms with something different for a change. Not that I don't like, Parenthood and the kids' stuff pack, but I've been using those for a long time. So it's fun to try something different. And so because this stuff, is kind of made more for college students, I guess the bedrooms did have a little bit more of an older kid vibe. I mean, definitely a child could still use this room, but I think it would fit really nicely for a teen or a college student child as well. So yeah, it's pretty versatile. This room is done all in blue and yellow with white furniture. I really love this bed swatch with the blue blanket and the yellow pillow. I just think it looks really nice with this blue and yellow wallpaper swatch. And then for all the furniture is in white. I had that triple window there, but it wasn't centered and it was bothering me. So I decided just to use a couple more of these long windows because those are the same ones that I used down on the other end of the house where the master bathroom was. So I thought it would kind of match. So I just swapped that out and then it gave me more wall space there to use. I really wanted to use that desk from Discovery University because I think it's cool. And then there's a pennant over the bed. So maybe they're a sports fan or that's from their school. And that little lamp on the bedside table is also new. Everything you're seeing is new. That TV, stereo cabinet, the chair, the little footstool. Yeah, this is all from the new pack. And then that lamp is new. This chest is new. Yeah, so I'm getting to use a lot of the newer furniture, which is always fun. And let's see, what else did I put in here? Oh, I gave this kid a guitar and of course they have a computer and like I said, a TV and a stereo. The other kid, I think I gave a violin. I always try to give kids a musical instrument or some kind, either a musical instrument or an easel, because I always feel like they either have a painting skill or a music skill. Oh, actually, this kid also has a microphone, so maybe they're into acting or singing or something as well. And yeah, since these bedrooms are so huge, there was plenty of space for all kinds of activities and even more space if you want to add more stuff. I just put a pile of books over there on the floor and there's some shoes. And then over here by the door, I did a coat rack with another little bookcase. So yeah, that's one thing about big bedrooms is you've got plenty of room to put anything and everything that you could think of and still have plenty of space left over. In fact, if you like that Void Critter gaming set, you know, the big giant one that sits on the floor, you could put those in that. You could put that gaming set in here too. There's plenty of room. And then for the third and final bedroom, I decided to go with pink in here. I hadn't done a pink bedroom in a while. And when I realized that we had a pink and white swatch in that Discovery University furniture, I just thought it looked really nice. And I kind of liked it also because the type of furniture was the same as the other child, which I thought made sense because I figure if you have two kids, chances are their furniture, even though it may be a different color or a different theme, like it made sense to me that it would be the same sort of style of furniture. And again, it kind of matches this whole modern monochrome rustic country vibe that I was going for in this house. So this kid maybe is just a little bit younger than the other one because this one does have a toy box and also an arts and crafts table. So I was thinking that this child was younger maybe than the other one. So maybe it's like one teen and one kid. That would work out really nicely. Or you could even put a toddler bed in here if you wanted to make it for a toddler. Again, lots and lots of space. And so I used this pink trunk as a TV stand, and I gave this kid a big TV and a gaming system, so maybe they like to play video games. And I mean, who doesn't like to play video games? I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited for Animal Crossing. I already downloaded it for the pre-order, and I'm just like counting the days until I can play it. I'm so excited. So that's coming out soon, and then you'll probably never hear from me again. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm still going to be playing The Sims. I would never stop playing The Sims. In fact, while I was sick, I went back and rewatched the entire 64 episode series of Dan and Phil playing The Sims, and it really was like the perfect thing to do while you're sick because it's long, but it was really funny, and I just watched the whole thing and it was so great. And I'm so sad that that series is over. I would literally do anything if they would bring their gaming channel back and go back to playing The Sims. I probably not a day goes by that I don't think about that show. But anyway, this kiddo has a laptop and a nice big desk area. It's actually that same Discovery University desk as the other kid, just in a different color. And I put some toys in here and the violin, like I mentioned before, and arts and crafts. And yeah, so pink and gray with white. And, you know, I just think it turned out kind of cute. And I put the little... I don't know what you call those, but they came with Discovery University, and they come in a bunch of different like designs, and I just think they're really cute. I tucked some more little arts and crafts down there on the floor. I like this gingham wallpaper. I just think this is just a really cute room. There I am changing the lights yet again. Oh yeah, and I put a big stuffed animal in here too. So yeah, these two kids have really nice bedrooms that are really, really big. So lots of space for even more stuff if you wanted to. And then for their bathroom, I gave them double sinks because I just thought it would give them more space, but they also have a nice big tub. I went with the plumbing set from Get Famous, which I hadn't used in a while, but I thought it would look nice because I used Get Famous down in the master. So, you know, I thought it kind of matched with some other stuff that was in this house. And so, yeah, they have double sinks and then the toilet and the big corner tub. And there's quite a bit of black in here with some pink accents. So, yeah, that's going to be about all for this build. Let me know what you guys think of it. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm not sure what I'm building next, but hopefully it won't be a whole nother week. Now that I'm feeling better and I can get back into the swing of things with building. And I hope you guys all stay healthy and safe. And I will see you again next time. Have a great rest of the weekend. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.